Hey guys, Alex here from MarketWise Asia. This video is specially done for Seasonal Vantage Insiders. So today's date, it is the 11th of September 2023, as usual, a Monday afternoon here. So before I get into the video over here, right, just a usual disclaimer. First, whatever I share in this video is just for education purpose, not a recommendation to tell you what to buy or what to sell. Okay, so with that, let's get started over here. So last week, okay, during the Facebook Live, the usual free public Facebook Live and YouTube stream, right, I gave updates on the markets as well. So I recommend that you watch that video first if you haven't done so. So this video, I'll just focus on what I'll be focusing on for this upcoming week, the stocks, the sectors that I'll be looking at. So in case you don't know, right, you can watch the live stream last Friday live stream on MarketWise Asia YouTube. Just head over to MarketWise Asia YouTube page, or can be done on the Facebook page also. For the YouTube, all right, just head over to this live over here. Okay, you can find this late night market talk that's done on the 8th of September. That's last Friday. Same for the Facebook page as well. Okay, so just a very brief recap on what I mentioned last week. I won't go into details. Okay, so last week I mentioned that the S&P 500, basically the market, right, I'm expecting gravitating more towards the bullish side because August has been down already. Okay, and we are approaching near the mid-September, and based on this, okay, I'm expecting price there could be some rebound near to the central pivot range that is towards the S&P 500 futures over here. That is about 4545 over here. Okay, and for the Nasdaq, we can see that price has already hit the central pivot range over here, and we kind of rebounding upwards as of doing this video. Okay, so looking for this coming week to have some rebound, and the rest of the indices like small caps, mid cap, all these are also about the same as well. For the small cap, okay, it is expecting some rebound also. So we shall see whether this week there will be some rebound. And this week is actually the OPEC expiry, the options expiry this coming Friday. So I'm expecting there could be some run up leading to the OPEC. But remember that this coming Wednesday and Thursday, there's this CPI and PPI index also. Okay, so with that, let's walk through what I mentioned last week or so. Okay, so while the S&P 500 last week, there was kind of a sell-off again, right? Okay, the stocks that I mentioned last week, have a recap over here. This is for September. Last week is in fact the 3rd to 10th of September, right? So last week, 3rd to 10th, basically, okay, I give it first set to until 10th set, right? So there are a few stocks that I mentioned, but the two stocks that I mentioned is actually Marriott, okay, and also the O'Reilly Automotive, okay. So O'Reilly first set to 19 October, okay, for the seasonal, and for Marriott is first set and 14th set. So just for your information, I have entered O'Reilly, and for Marriott I entered last Friday, but the runway, it is a bit short for the Marriott, but the price action I think is not too bad. So just to show you, okay, so for O'Reilly, okay, while the market, it is overall down for the past week, O'Reilly is still holding on pretty well over here. And last Friday, it was this quite a pretty bullish candle over here. So as of now, I'm still holding and in some small profits right now. For Marriott, I entered last Friday, so it is very little profit, but okay, I quite like the price action. Okay, so you can see that it has been hovering at the central pivot range, and this month actually price dropped below the central pivot range and then rebounded back up again above the central pivot range on last Friday. And you can see here, right, for Marriott, there was a wash and rinse pattern over here. Okay, so on this bar, price closed below the prior low, and then this green bar onwards, right? Okay, price reversed back up. So it has a wash and rinse completed as well. So if you're looking at the trend line, I'm looking at price to maybe see whether this week can hit higher or not. Okay, and of course, if price can hit at the previous swing high over here, okay, I'll be looking to take some profit off the table. Okay, this swing high. All right, so that's for last week, which I'm still holding on to O'Reilly and Marriott as well. Okay, so for this coming week, right, the week is from the 10th to 17th of September, 10th to 17th of September. Huh? So let's head back to the data over here. So for the stocks for September, the bullish side, right? 10 to September, 10 to 17, right? So let's do a filter over here. Actually, not much for this week. Okay, right? 10 to 14 over here. Okay, so you need to understand that because historically, September is a bearish month, so not a lot of stocks has a very good historical record of going up in September. Okay, so that's the reason why you can see that for this coming week there's only a few stocks only. Okay, but of course the reason, as I mentioned, why I'm gravitating more towards the bullish side is because, okay, based on historical data, if the first month to, as in the January to July, if it is a positive return, and then in August it is a negative month, there's a very good tendency that September is going to be a bullish month. Okay, so let's see whether this month will be different. So I'm more gravitating towards that kind of sentiment over there. So for this week, right, for stocks wise, okay, I'm only looking at $3. $3 is the kind of Daiso, the kind of in US context, they sell cheap retailers good over there. So for $3 DLTR over here, so it's from 14 September, okay, start, and then on to 7th of November. There's still quite a runway to go. For the past 10 years, okay, 90% of time it closed positive, which means that out of the past 10 years, 9 years it is positive from 14 September to 7th of November over here. So the ticker is DLTR over here. So let's take a look at DLTR. $3. So you can see that on the chart itself, it is exactly not a very nice chart. Okay, price is actually heading down in a downtrend. Price is below the central pivot range and also below the pivot point. Okay, but I'm expecting a reversal over here. If price can close above this level, 118.10, then I'll be more inclined to go long. But first of all, the price action must confirm first. Okay, price must at least close above 118.10. The reason is why? Because, okay, all right, so this was the wash bar over here. Price closed below the prior low. Okay, and then I want price to close back above this wash line here, which is 118.10, and then looking for a potential swing trade rebound, maybe like that in the coming week or so. So don't be greedy. Okay, overall it is still in a downtrend. If price can close above 118.10 and you have some profit, I think it's good to take some profit off the table if it really does rebound. So I'm watching for $3 this week only. Okay. All right, so overall, it is still in an overall downtrend, but seasonal wise, we are in a favorable period right now. Okay, $3. And if you are looking at the, if you're looking at the ETF right now, ETF would be the one that looking at, okay, from the 10th to 17th of September, it is only bonds and the US dollar only. But I'm not so in favor of going long on the dollar index right now. Okay, even though it's 14th Feb to 5th October, there's still some runway to go. So for the past 12 years, 92%, it is positive. But if you take a look, I'm using the dollar index as a proxy. The ETF is actually UUP over here, okay? UUP, all right, it is like this, okay? All right, basically it kind of mimic the dollar index, okay? So the dollar index, I'm using the DXY as a proxy, okay? So DXY over here, okay, today it has already dropped already. So you know that for the past 1 week or so, price has already risen quite a bit already. So I expecting, okay, price to have a pullback this week. So I'm not so in favor of going long this week, but okay, you still can look for an opportunity to go long after the pullback. So which means that, 14th Sep to 5th October. So there's still some runway to go. So watch out for the dollar index, okay? But for this coming week, for the stocks, right, I'm just looking at $3 only. Okay, the rest you can take a look, but after watching the price action, I think not so good, okay? So $3, but I haven't entered yet, so let's watch out for this. Let's see how it goes, okay? And, it doesn't mean that you can't do any shorts also, okay? Even though I'm gravitating more towards the bearish side. So that's the reason why this data, it is good for us. These are bearish ETF data over here. So let's again this is for August. I'm looking at the September. Sorry about that. I took the wrong one out over here. Let's take the September one. Okay, it is actually over here. So let's filter out this, okay, for the (10 to 17), okay, which is like that, okay, okay, so we don't have to short the stocks, okay. There are other things, other sectors, other industry that, that could have some selling over here. So these are the one that, you can take a look. There's still quite a bit over here, but, home builders is something that is quite interesting over here, okay, but this is XHB over here. XHB. Okay, so prior to that, price is in a very good uptrend, okay, for SHB. But recently, price action doesn't look so good right now, okay. So after a strong rebound over here, and then price crashed back down again. And it seems that right now, it is like forming a bear flag over here. So there's a potential that this industry, okay, the home builders price could come down. So what constitute this home builders ETF over here? Okay, you can go to ETF.com, okay, /HHB over here. Again, it doesn't mean that you want to go short on this. You can choose not to go short. It is fine, but at least it tells you to avoid the home builder stocks as well. So I hope that is clear to you. Try to avoid the home builder stocks because seasonally wise, it is not very strong. You can see that this XHB over here, the stocks, okay. All right, it is home builder. Yes, home builder, okay. The home builder, SHB, some of these stocks, Carrier Global, Lennox, Owens, Builder, First Source, Train Technology, Carsley, William, all these are Toll Brothers, okay. Home Depot, all these you need try to avoid, okay. And then for this metal minings, okay, this sector, the metals, it is still not looking good, okay. So for the metals and mining, especially the gold and silver miners, from 12 September to 28 September, at least until the end of the month, okay, you try to avoid the metals and the miners as well. So the XME, this is the whole metals and mining ETF over here, are also not looking very good over here. Can you see that price has broken above the cloud? We thought it's an uptrend, but then price is staying below the central pivot range again. And especially, okay, you can see that this was a pin bar on Thursday, okay, and then last Friday, price break above the high of this pin bar, and it might trap a lot of people who went long as well. So coming this week or so, I'm looking that price, there's a potential price to come down lower for the metals and mining ETF over here. Another one that I'm looking at is actually the INDA. Okay, INDA previously I entered, so it was a good profit for me. I already exited, but this time around for the iShares India ETF, now it's the time, okay, to be bearish. So for the seasonal data, right, it is from the 13th of September to 28th of September, okay, until the end of the month. For the past 10 years, 90% it was down. So can take a look at INDA also. For INDA, it is over here. Okay, INDA. So, for the past 2 weeks or so, it had a very good run up. Do you remember I mentioned somewhere around here, okay, and then I exit over here for the swing trade, so continue to run higher. So now is the time not to chase. In fact, looking for opportunity to go short as well. So of course, price was extremely bullish last Friday, kept up 1% up, okay, and of course this was the horizontal resistance line. So let's see if price can reverse within this week or so and go back down. If so, I'll be quite inclined to go short on INDA as well. So this is to diversify outside of the US equities. Okay, so we end up looking at to go for a short over here. And then another one that I'm looking at, it is actually the URA, Global X Uranium, uranium over here. Okay, this is the URA from 14 September to the 1st of November. That's also about 2 months. Okay, for the past 12 years, 100% of the time it was down. But you need to take note that, okay, uranium URA, okay, has been down for many years. So this is the weekly chart for uranium. Okay, this is a weekly time frame. So can you see that from at least from the data that it has, okay, from 2011, okay, that's more than 10 years ago, okay, it has been down all the way, okay, all the way for many years. Okay? It is only until recently, okay, in after post-COVID, that price started to go higher. So it's not surprising that, based on the historical data, okay, it is 100%, because all the way for the past 10 years, it was really down. Okay, it's only recently that it's up. So take the 100% as with a pinch of salt, but nevertheless, we can still look for weakness between 14 September to 1st November. Okay, for URA, this is the uranium, especially that the metals right now is also not very positive. So uranium, it is also a metal. Okay, so for uranium, we can see that right now, price, it is still heading higher. Okay, so there's no trigger for us to go short. Okay, but if there is, okay, I'll be looking. You can keep it as your watch list and see if there's any trigger for you to go short, later in the week or next week or so. So because there's still quite a bit of runway for uranium, 14 Sep to 1st November, there's 49 calendar days. That's about 50 calendar days. So these are the ones that I'm looking at, okay? And yeah, I think that's about it. So if I'm looking to go short, right, I'm looking at XHB, the home builders, XME, the metals and miners, okay? And then for the INDA, India ETF, and then the uranium. So for the rest of the ETF, you can feel free to take a look, okay? There's still quite a bit, okay? But personally, I'm looking at these few ETF. So just a very quick recap, okay? For stocks to go long, I'm interested at $3 for this coming week only. Okay, but because the reason is because there's so few stocks, is because historically September is bearish. But I'm inclining to go long, so I'm looking at just $3. Okay, for the ETF rise, dollar index, even though seasonal is pointing to be bullish, but I'm not so inclined to go long because it has been up for quite a bit. So I'm looking for a pullback right now. So not so inclined to go long right now. For the bearish side of things, I already mentioned. Okay, so I think that sums up for this week or so. So as usual, if you like this video, do give me a like in this YouTube unlisted video that's only for the seasonal vantage insiders, or feel free to give me any comments. If any question can comment in the YouTube video as well. Okay, so once again, thank you so much, and I'll see you again next week. Thank you. Bye bye.